Good afternoon, folks. A very warm welcome along to the Harcourts Gold Auction Rooms here at number 471 Papanui Road. Mark Morrison is my name. I'll be your auctioneer in charge of proceedings here this afternoon. Now, we're here to do a couple of things today. Firstly, to inform you that the property at number 48 Alexandrina Street in Marshlands there in Preston's Park has received a pre-auction offer that is at an acceptable level to our owners. The second thing we'll be doing today is to find out whether or not we will hold an auction. Now, we will hold an auction here today should we receive further bidding over and above that pre-auction offer at that acceptable level. If we do, we'll hold an auction. If we don't, I simply knock the property down to the initiator of the pre-auction offer and the property will be sold at that level. Now, I will take some time, if I may, firstly, just to ensure that we're following our COVID-19 processes to the letter of the law. Make sure that you've scanned in on the way in using the COVID-19 tracker. Sanitize those hands on the way in. Do take a moment to sanitize your hands on the way out as well. If you become unwell in the next 14 days, if you could please let one of the Harcourts Gold ownership and management team know of that fact, or in fact the agent that you're working with, and then they can in course tell us as well. That would be hugely appreciated so that we can continue to enjoy the relative freedom that we enjoy here in New Zealand, being back now at level 1. Now, I will take some time to introduce you to some of the friendly faces here in the room to help guide and assist you here this afternoon. Mr. Chris Kennedy, business owner here within the Harcourts Gold team, a fellow auctioneer as well. I also have our manager from the Redwood office, Margaret Danza, over on the far side. She's here to help guide and assist you should you need it here today. Rebecca Johansson, she records any bids that we receive here this afternoon. She keeps me on my toes and makes sure that I'm counting accurately and correctly. And also Alana Davey, last but not least. Alana, she drives the technology here, so the presentation that you see up on screen. And we also beam out to the World Wide Web through our website and via YouTube. On a normal Thursday morning, we're seeing in excess of 50 or 60, sometimes up towards 100 and even over that on a normal morning. So anyone joining us here this afternoon to keep tabs on things, a good afternoon to you as well. Now, I know the team here at Harcourts Gold, they've made all the relevant documentation for today's proceedings available to you, including the limb, the title, and the contract from which we work from. That's been approved by the Real Estate Institute of New Zealand and the Auckland District Law Society. Now, it's to that contract I take you, and alongside that, there are some rules and regulations that we must adhere to when it comes to bidding and buying at auction. Now, things are a little bit different here this afternoon because we are operating under a brought forward auction process. What that means is that effectively that pre-auction offer level, that becomes our reserve price today. We are effectively on the market and selling from that point forward when I announce that level. Because of that, as auctioneer, normally my right to place bids on behalf of my owner should I have to. Those vendor bids will not be placed today. That it would of course not be the right thing to do. As auctioneer, however, I may give some guidance, I may give some suggestion in terms of where the bidding increments may rise. But on the whole, I'll be very happy to work with any genuine bids that we take here from the auction floor. I can refuse a bid if I deem it not to be in the best interest of my owners. And if there's any argy-bargy, any disputes with the bids, well, I'll be sure to sort that out as well. We'll revert to the last undisputed bid and then just reopen proceedings from there. Now, should the hammer fall down, and should it fall down towards the rostrum in your favour, congratulations, you are the successful purchaser. Before you commence celebrating, I do need you to complete a few things for us, a few simple tasks. Firstly, you'll sign the agreement, and in doing so, you're acknowledging receipt of the approved REA guide. Secondly, you'll arrange to make payment of a very neat and precise 10% of the purchase price. And thirdly and finally, you'll complete the GST information, which is outlined in Schedule 1. So folks, those are the rules of engagement here this afternoon. Very clean, concise and simple. Cash and unconditional is our bidding, and a mere 10% is what we require at the fall of the hammer. So shortly I will announce the level of that pre-auction offer, and from there, as I mentioned before, I will welcome in any further bidding. 48 Alexandrina Street here in Marshlands, just the one opportunity for your spirited bidding and buying here today. I welcome in the property's ambassador, Mr. Mark O'Loughlin, my fellow Mark, as he sits and waits, or stands and waits towards the rear of the room. Mark's been helping guide you through the twists and turns that you take on that journey towards home ownership here in Alexandrina Street. It's more formally described as being an estate in freehold, 804 very precise square metres of that freehold land. That's made up of lot 180 on deposited plan 503675, which is outlined and detailed in the certificate of title that Mark and the team have made available to each and every one of you. Now, the settlement date, that's set down for Friday, the 16th of April of this year, unless, of course, you have made prior arrangements in writing with our owners. I do note there may be some registered telephone bidders in action here this afternoon, so don't be surprised if some of our licensed colleagues are in fact placing bids on behalf of a registered telephone bidder. I have cited the paperwork and I'm very happy to commence and proceed on that basis. List of chattels, they are outlined in Schedule 2. They remain as circulated. I do note a number of excluded chattels, which I will just take a brief moment to run through. The floor-mounted speakers in the lounge, the workbench and storage shelves in the garage, and the 3 TVs. They will not be there come settlement date, so don't expect to see them there. As I said, everything else remains as circulated. Now, the further terms of sale, they are clauses 22 and 23, and you bid and you buy on that basis here today. Well, Mark, let's go and take one last look, if we can, wander back down memory lane here in Alexandrina Street. I had the privilege of visiting this beautiful home on the weekend at one of Mark's open homes. Everything is just pristine about this property here in Preston's Park. It is all the P's, but it really is perfection here. The home, it simply sparkles right across the board. It is testament and a real, a real salute to our owners just in terms of the presentation. The way that this home has been taken to the market is just beautiful. It's generously proportioned, some 222 square metre home, the foot plan of the home. It sits perfectly. It's got that lovely orientation as it works its way along the back of the property there. It means that you get to chase the sunshine right across the day, which is a huge benefit, just being able to enjoy that sunshine right across the day, no matter what part of the day it may be. Now, the accommodation front, that is ably taken care of with the 4 bedrooms. I love the fact that the master bedroom's got its own private access and easy pathway back out into that beautiful garden space as well. That's a nice touch there. You've got the walk-in wardrobe, you've got the ensuite, as you would expect of a home of this era and of this quality. Now, this is no cookie-cutter home. This is not a spec home. This is a special home that we buy today. The opportunity to own this one here at 48 Alexandrina, well, it falls to only one party or one individual. We find out who that will be very, very shortly. I'm happy to announce that our owners here at number 48 Alexandrina Street in Marshland have received a pre-auction offer that is acceptable to them at a level of $950,000. So $950,000 is where we sit and we sell today, unless I see further bidding. Is it perhaps 960? I look for 960. You tell me what you're comfortable to bid. Perhaps it's a cheeky 5 for the chance to own. Regardless, the hammer's up and I sell away at $950,000.
$960,000.
There we go at 960. So we have an option here today, folks, at 960. I sell to Mark Loughlin's buyer on the phone for the want of a better bid or offer. Is there 70 anywhere to kick things along? 70, there we go, sir. Welcome into you here in the room, seated and centered now at 970. Mark, it's your turn next now, through to 980. Can I say 980 or perhaps it's 975?
$1 million.
$1 million. Sorry to disrespect your buyer then. Squares the ledger at $1 million. Puts 30 on the rise. Is it another 10 from you lovely folk here in the room? At $1,010,000. At 10.10 the bid. At 10.10 and 3 zeros after that.
$1,020,000.
And 20 now on the retort. At $1,020,000 and 30 without hesitation. $1,030,000 here in the room, Mark, against you. And 40 now. And 45, absolutely. At $1,045,000 here. First chance.
$1,050,000.
And 50 now. At $1,050,000. First. Immaculate home. Beautiful home. Many happy years of future ownership here in front of you. But it's against you here in the room at $1,050,000. They often stop on the round numbers. Why not test that? Is it perhaps another 1 or 2 on top? One? Absolutely.
51.
And 51, Mark, it's back against you. At $1,051,000. First call. And I sell. Twice here. At $10.51.
$1,055,000.
At 10.55. You're all out. You sure don't give away the strategy, but at $1,055,000, I'll give you 3 chances to change your mind for a beautiful home. First call, immaculate in its presentation. Twice now. Live the good life in Preston's Park. Third chance. Are you absolutely sure? All done. All silent. Appreciate the bidding. Happy to announce then 48 Alexandrina Street. It goes. I'll take another one, but it can't be late. Need to know, guys.
1056.
1056 at $1,056, just in the nick of time.
$1,060,000.
And 60 here at $1,060,000. Are you sure? You said no before. Happy for you to change your mind once more if you like. First call at $1,060,000. Perhaps it's another one. Twice now at 1060 here with Mark Lachlan on the phone. Third and final chance at $1,060,000. You're absolutely sure this time. Won't accept a late bid. Very good, Mark. Your buyers sit tight. 48 Alexandrina Street. It goes. It goes. It is sold here. Well done, Mark. Congratulations to our underbidders. Commiserations. I really do appreciate the bidding. You did a fantastic job. I know the team will help you into your new home very, very soon. Folks, that wraps up proceedings here this afternoon. Thank you so much for your interest and your time. May the rest of your day be the best of your day.